KBLA.org/radio.
Follow the leader.
KBLA Talk 1580.
Follow the leader.
Be sure to follow us on Instagram at KBLA 1580.
Follow the leader.
Are you ready?
The station leading the way with exclusive interviews,
Follow the leader.
stimulating conversation, and intellectual discourse that empowers, enlightens, and informs.
Follow the leader.
Follow the leader at KBLA 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
Keep following the leader.
Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader.
Ladies and gentlemen, as you know, we have something special down here at Birdland this evening.
That's right.
A recording for Blue Note Records.
Come on. Hip-hop was really starting to branch out, I'm telling you, man.
What's that?
How about a big hand now?
Wait a minute. Come on.
Groovy, jazzy, funky, bounce, dance as we dip in the melodic sea. Rhythm keeps flowing and drips to MC. Sweet sugar pop, rocks and pop. You don't stop till the sweet beat drops. I shall improve as I stick and move. Vivid poems recited on top of the groove. Smooth, mind, floating like a butterfly. Notes set afloat, sung like a lullaby. Brace yourself as the beat hits ya. Dip, trip, fantasia.
That is that us. Hands to the Danny Morrison Show, KBLA Talk 1580. Shout out to Monica who got in my DMs and told us about that song. That right there, I'm telling you. What do you think the younger generation would say when they heard that song?
Oh my God, I think they would laugh. They would clown it, of course. You know what I'm saying? Because they clown some of the real good music that we had in the 90s and maybe even in some of the 80s music. Kids laugh at that, you know? And I'm like, you are so disrespectful.
What do you think they think when they hear it? Like, what is the word you think they would use?
Ancient.
Does it sound to me?
It has a certain dated sound.
I think 90s R&B holds up.
90s R&B definitely does hold up, but when we start talking about like I go all the way back like 80s. You know what I'm saying? Like
80s sounds dated.
80s definitely you can hear it. I mean, you know, even like that early 90s, you know, it did obviously make a some sort of like a transition into like a more modern sound when you had Teddy Riley and you know what I mean? There was just like a different kind of sound. But yeah, no, they would call it dated or ancient or whatever. My kids be clowning me. They're like, you know, it was, but they're just trying to be funny. They're like, oh, you had color TV back then? Like, you know what I mean? I'm like, you are really disrespectful. You were really doing the most.
I think you're right, though. It is unfortunate, and it breaks my heart a little bit. I think the New Jack Swing does sound dated. And that breaks my heart because, man, I put in that Guy album.
Yeah.
That first Guy album with Groove Me. Oh,
yeah.
Still fire.
Yeah, but at the same time, we thought the same thing about, you know, the old. Well, I don't know if we thought the same thing because if you grew up on that music, that's something different. For those kids who've grown up on 90s hip hop or R&B or anything, they have an appreciation for it. But if you just play something from back in the day, you know, and it does sound a little dated, but we loved it. Yeah, they're gonna call it out. That's probably what they would say.
But they don't have any dance music today, too. That's kind of the problem. Are there any dance songs made anymore? By young people? Because I know Beyonce just put that album out. That Renaissance album is a dance album. But are there any artists under the age of 30 making dance music today? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. It's a tough one. I mean, and it's funny. I really try to keep my, you know, my ear to the streets and to music and all of that.
Keep my ear to the streets. Sign to Eminem.
I try just because I never want to become so out of touch with the new generation and like the music and all of that stuff. So I do try, but I don't know. I just there's some stuff I just can't get with. There's some artists that are super popular that I'm not sure I've ever heard a song of theirs.
Is there a concert you would go to? Anybody under 30?
Under 30? Ooh. I don't like going to concerts anyway.
Come on now.
But if I had to,
If I handed you 2 free tickets to go see The Weeknd this weekend, would you go?
is he under 30?
I don't know.
And I would not go. I wouldn't go. I'm not. I wouldn't go. He is one of the biggest artists in the world.
He's
I would
humongous.
not. I still would not go. I would not go. I had some friends who had gone, and all in their Instagram stories, they're like singing all the songs, and I'm like, I have no idea what this song is.
Wow.
I'm just not the biggest Weeknd fan. I completely appreciate him as an artist because look at him. He's monstrous. Just not my flavor.
I might surprise you. There's an artist that I wouldn't go see if you handed me free tickets today. Bruno Mars.
You would go see.
I wouldn't.
You would not go see.
I'm good.
Really?
Yeah, I'm just...
No, I think that would be a very, very good show.
I'm good.
Wow. Yeah.
Weird, right?
Very weird.
Because I'm a fan from afar, but I wouldn't pay to go see him nor go see him with even free tickets. Oh,
Wow.
man. Here come Andy.
The disrespect.
That is disrespect.
That's no disrespect. Look, if I'm going to get in my car, I think we talked about this before. If I'm going to get in the shower, put some clothes on, take my behind all the way to whatever venue there. You got to park and you got to stand in line and you got to find your seat and everybody breathing all on you and COVID and the whole night. If it better be Janet Jackson. Real talk.
That's crazy. The reason I say that is, so for instance, Beyonce. I don't think I've ever paid for a Beyonce ticket. I've been given Beyonce tickets, and I was like, you know what? Even though I don't like going to concerts, I'm going to go. The reason is I know she's going to give me a show.
There's no doubt.
You're not just going to go and sit there, listen to songs, and, wave your hands. I'm not. I can do that to a few people. Like I've seen, I've seen BBD. I've seen, you know what I mean? Like there's certain people that I will go to that are old school that I love, but new artists, I have to know that you're going to give me a great show. Bruno Mars is one of those artists. You are going to get a full-blown show with him.
I'm going to shock you right now. It's probably controversial to say. There is no one 2010, post-2010, that I love their catalog. Real talk. I can't name an artist.
Wow.
Post-2010. That I love their catalog.
Drake.
No.
He doesn't even love Drake like that.
I mean, love their
Kendrick.
catalog. Kendrick is pre-2010.
No.
No? When did Good
Good
Kid come
Kid,
out?
Mad City, I want to say 2010, 2011.
Then he counts. And I would definitely pay to go see Kendrick. But do I love his catalog that I play on a loop? No. And it's weird. I can't name anyone. Can you? Is there anyone that you love, part of this new generation?
Tiana Taylor.
I saw her live.
Tiana Taylor
she was amazing.
is she's also a great show. She's a great performer. She's a great singer. She's entertaining.
That ain't all she is. Tiana, listen. Tiana Taylor is fine.
Yeah.
I mean,
she's incredible. No,
wow.
Yeah, she's incredible. She pushes the envelope. A
lot of Janet Jackson influence too.
Yeah. So she's great. I love Tiana.
You love her catalog?
I love her catalog.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. No, she's fire. I love Kehlani. She's great.
You'd pay to go see her?
I'm not paying really to go see anybody. I'm not paying to see anybody.
With free tickets, you'd go.
I'll go with free tickets, sure.
Here's one for you. Controversial one. Lizzo.
I'm not the biggest Lizzo fan.
Neither am I.
Of her music.
Right. Free tickets? Crypto.
No. And here's the other thing. This is going to sound crazy. I don't even know how it sounds, but I'm going to just say it. Listen, it is what it is. I have to have more of an experience. I'm not just going to go and sit in the crowd and watch you perform and be happy with that. Give me...
What do you want, a back rub? What are you looking for?
Let me go backstage. Let me, sit in the... Let me go... let me tell you what I did.
You gotta be VIP, it sounds like to me.
No, I hate to sound...
Bougie.
You know what? Guess what, though? In certain ways, all of us, I don't care what you say, in certain ways you have preferences and you would consider yourself, if you can have that preference at all times, you would be considered bougie in that area. That area.
I have a confession.
Yeah.
When I was back in my hometown, every concert, I never had to pay for anything. I was either hosting or I was VIP. I was backstage. I came here to LA. I've been standing in lines every single concert.
So,
what am I doing in line?
Good point. Would you be considered bougie in Bakersfield?
Yes.
So
There
that's
is
my point.
no doubt.
That's my point. You know what? We have such a negative connotation, and I used to really consider it an insult when people call me bougie because I'd always be like, "What? Like I'm super down to earth. Like I'm with the business.
You are.
Yeah, and I know every different type of environment. I know hood. I know Beverly Hills and Bel Air. I know suburbs. I know different kinds of environments. And I'm very comfortable in no matter where you put me.
Mm-hmm.
But I used to get so offended at the word bougie. But what I've come to realize is once you get acquainted with yourself, with what you like, with your preferences, it is okay. And don't let anybody shame you.
He is busting up at you right now.
And calling you bougie when you just may in fact be when it comes to certain things. Like I'm not going to get the off-brand ketchup. I'm not getting it. Okay, you can call me bougie because I don't want to put an off-brand ketchup.
All right, Robin is bougie. I was trying to give it the benefit of the doubt, but I'm starting.
I'm just saying you have preferences, and if you can stick to the preferences, then you're considered bougie too.
Andy, go ahead, because you're chomping at the bit, man.
Y'all both are bougie, but
No, I in Bakersfield, definitely.
you guys are men and women of the people. So you mean to tell me that you guys can't stand in line with the people?
Well,
I never said that. He said that.
Look, I've been doing this 20 plus years, man. I mean, when you pay your dues, I think there are certain amenities that should be afforded to you. Am I not? You know what I'm saying?
He cracking up.
I'm not. I know that sounds like I'm cocky and bougie right now when I say that. That's real talk.
Funny. That's funny.
It's a couple amenities.
No, I will say. I'll
that
say
sounded
this.
bougie. I ain't gonna front.
No, that definitely sounded bougie. And thank you for joining the company because, but here's the thing about it. I will go stand in line. I will stand in line. I promise you I will. However, I will also, if there is another route, remember I told you about that book, The Third Door? Mm-hmm. I will see, do I know someone up there? And I will see if I don't have to stay in line.
Terrence!
I need to go. I need to go
Terrence,
hang out with Robin.
Terrence, can I get in?
It just, listen, and then the other thing is you can't be mad at me because my entire adult life basically, but let me take it back to teenage years. Teenage years through my entire adult life, I've been in the industry. I've worked with people. I've been an assistant, talking about paying your dues. I've been an intern and assistant to everybody. I was the bottom of the barrel kind of girl. You know what I'm saying? Running to go get coffee. And that's not necessarily bottom of the barrel because there's a lot of value in that. So I'm not knocking that. I'm just saying I put in so much work. I just know people. So what's wrong with
Nothing.
If you go stand in line and you see some people and they can get you in?
You paid your dues.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
I paid my dues.
Let's call it bougie if you will.
Let's go.
Okay.
We're the bougie bunch.
How about this? Entitled.
I don't know.
We paid our dues, man. Look, if I've only been in the game 1 or 2 years and I'm saying this, everything I'm saying now, that would be bougie. That would be entitled. 20 plus years. I got in this game in 99. Okay? 1999 I've been doing this. So y'all can't tell me nothing.
Excuse
okay?
Now he going in.
I'm sorry.
He going in.
I've been doing this for a minute.
No, I'm not going to say entitled because I will stay in the line as long as I need to. And if no one ever comes to get me or if I never see someone, I'm staying in the line. So I'm not going to say I'm entitled. Entitlement is like I deserve to be in here. No, I don't have that mentality at all. But I do say if there's connections, if there's a hookup, if there's something that could benefit me because of the dues that I've paid, why not?
I need to hang with y'all.
We're no you're not
Come
cocky.
through.
Because you said you had that friend that is connected to the industry that gets concert tickets and everything, and
She
you
was
don't
a
like
guest
to call
on the
her.
Raw Report. I won't even call her for free tickets.
Yeah.
And I know a couple of people. I know someone right now doing the Millennium Tour, and she's doing it because she's really, really connected in there. I'm not calling her. I applaud on her Instagram and her socials and all that stuff. I sit there and I root people on, and I will never call you for a ticket ever.
Anybody trying to see Bow Wow anyway?
Well, I'm just that. It's not just that tour. I'm just saying, like, I don't have that.
So, I guess including concerts and maybe other entertainment stuff.
Yeah.
What would you guys, pay for?
I will tell you on the other side. 1-800-920-1580, 1-800-920-1580. You're checking out the Bougie Twins. Danny Morrison Show, KBLA, stay there.
From Bakersfield to Los Angeles. From middays to nighttime. Like George and Wheezy, Danny Morrison is moving on up at KBLA Talk 1580. Four racial arsonists set LA City Hall on fire. And everybody is running out of the building straight to KBLA Talk 1580.
I am pleased to welcome LA City Councilman Mike Bonin to this program. Councilman, how are you, sir?
Hello. Thank you, Tavis.
Councilmember Curran Price, good to have you on, sir. How are you today?
I'm well, Tavis. Thank you. Good to be with you and your listeners.
I am pleased to have LA City Councilwoman Monica Rodriguez on this program. How are you today, ma'am?
Good morning, Tavis.
Councilman O'Farrell, good to have you on, sir. How are you today?
Thank you so much, Tavis. So glad to join you this morning.
Councilman Koretz, welcome to this program, sir. How are you?
I'm honored to be on your show. Still in shock from the events of the last few days.
Marquise Harris Dawson, good morning.
Good morning, Dominique, and good morning to the KBLA family.
Councilmember Heather Hutt, good morning.
Good morning, Dominique.
I am pleased to welcome the new president of the LA City Council, Paul Kokoy. Mr. President, how are you, sir?
Good morning, Tavis. I'm well. Thank you very much.
Holding all politicians accountable to you. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580.
At Charmin, we heard you shouldn't talk about going to the bathroom in public, so we decided to sing about it.
Roll Charmin ultra strong when you drop in the beat. It cleans with way less effort on your seat. Yeah, roll it, drop it. Yeah, roll it, drop it. Okay. Charmin flows extra strong from the road. Your butt hella clean while you're sitting on the bowl. Yeah, it's all you need for that bathroom groove. Get you in and out without nothing to prove.
Charmin Ultra Strong cleans better so you can use less. Enjoy the go with Charmin.
KBLA Talk 1580 is pleased to announce a can't-miss community event.
It's a celebration.
Welcome home, Mayor-elect Karen Bass.
You gotta be kidding me.
On Saturday, December 10th, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., join KBLA Talk 1580 in Leimert Park at the intersection of Leimert and Vernon for this free public event as we celebrate Mayor-elect Bass's historic victory. There'll be live performances from Brian McKnight, Wapale, Club Nouveau, and more. There'll be food trucks and a diverse array of vendors, along with the attendance and participation from community leaders, elected officials, celebrities, business owners, and other notables. KBLA Talk 1580 will host Mayor-elect Bass on the main stage at 11 a.m. as we reflect on the importance of this moment and what it means for the Black community, women, and all Angelinos who believe in the limitless potential of our amazing city. We look forward to celebrating with Mayor-elect Karen Bass and you, Saturday, December 10th, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the intersection of Leimert and Vernon.
It's a celebration.
This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
We gon' celebrate your party with you. Come on, come on.
We've got a lot to talk about. Real talk, real time, the gospel truth. You're listening to the Danny Morrison Show on KBLA Talk 1580.
Man, we're having an enlightening conversation on something that came out of left field, and we got to finish it up because we got to get to that open mic that you've got as well. We'll get to that in a second here. But Andy asked us who we would pay to go see, and I'm about to pay to go see Usher in Vegas. That's my next one.
Yeah.
I want to see that cat. And my bucket list artists, I still haven't seen Janet. I can't believe it.
Mm-hmm.
She just announced her new tour that she's going to do in 2023. So Janet, Usher. That's about it.
Yeah, I've seen just about everybody that I want to see. I've seen Janet. I've seen Beyonce because I thought she was a great, she's a great performer. I've seen Usher like once. And is your question, Andy, what would you pay for, or who would you pay to see like in concert?
Who would you pay?
Oh.
But not even just music. It could be it could be like a play or something like that. Like, what would you actually pay?
Here's the thing about that. I would actually pay for like some sort of great Broadway play or some sort of experience. I would probably pay for an opera or something like that. I mean, that kind of sounds even more bougie, whatever. But I'm just saying at this point, because concerts aren't my thing. if it were my thing, I'd pay for it. If it were my thing. But also at the same time, it's not my fault. People have offered me tickets. People have been like, what you doing tonight? All right, well, I got 4 tickets if you want to go. And I'm like, sure, give it to me. So I've gone to many concerts just on, GP. But I don't pay for tickets because concerts aren't my thing.
Oh, that is my favorite thing in the world. Live music is my favorite thing in the world.
I love live music. I just don't like the concert feel of so many, especially a big rowdy concert or where it's going to be everybody. Unless we're doing like a ladies' night out, me and my man or something like that. I mean, I don't know. Other than that,
I'm with you. I'm done with hip hop concerts right now.
For you, Robin, does the venue matter? Like a stadium or like a standing room only, a YouTube theater situation? Does the venue matter?
The venue does matter. The venue does matter. I'd prefer something a little bit more intimate, something smaller. A standing room only is fine, but I don't necessarily like standing up all the time I love the Hollywood Bowl. I love the Hollywood Bowl, like the open flow of it. I love that. Venue does matter.
My favorite venue in Los Angeles so far is the Novo at LA Live.
I love the Novo.
Love that venue.
Yeah, that's a great one.
The sound is great in there.
Yeah, and I'm not trying to knock the concerts that I've seen. I don't know if I've been to a bad concert yet. It's just when I see, I will pay for live comedy.
Okay.
I will pay for a comedy show.
My second favorite thing to do. I've already done like 6 or 7 since I got here.
Yeah, because I love to laugh. So I will go pay for a comedy show in a heartbeat, way before I would a concert.
A big comedy show? Kevin Hart at the Crypto?
I did Kevin Hart New Year's Eve.
Ooh, that's big.
At the Staples Center.
Wow.
Yeah, so I did that, and I mean, it was incredible because it's not rowdy. There's probably not going to be any fights. Like that type of thing. It's just it's vibe for me. I don't like being around like craziness.
Grown folk stuff.
Yeah, I did all of that before. I've done it so many times, and so I'm like, probably I've just grown out of it, really.
So let's get to it. We'll get back to the topic of conversation here. We've been talking about Deion Sanders all night, and we have an open mic. A cat is checking me on this open mic, disagreeing with my opening monologue that I brought you at the beginning of the broadcast. Listen.
Let's go and play him. I don't know if he's checking.
Danny, I can't get with you on Deion Sanders.
He checking me.
I can't fault the man for leaving. You may have worked for less money than you were worth. I wouldn't say that that's not true. I would believe you, but I don't think anybody's offered you $5 million a year to do what you do, however good they think you are, however good you believe yourself to be, nice. Or however good you actually are. I can't fault Deion. He did a great job in his 2 years. He helped put the black college football circuit back on the map, give visibility to them for all sports and education as well. In my opinion, when I was a kid, Grambling football came on Channel 5 out here in L.A. when I was a kid.
KTLA.
They had college football, black college football on BET. Also, it wasn't Deion's fault they stopped showing that kind of stuff like that. Hey, the man did his thing. Everybody else, they need to do their share and keep it going. Props to Deion.
By the way, give him the open mic of the night because that is very, very strong. And no one's ever offered me $5 million a year. That being said, I agree. He didn't say anything I can disagree with.
Yeah. Valid points.
Props to Deion. He did a good job for the short time that he was there. Mm-hmm. I'd say he did. He exceeded all expectations of him in the short time that he was there. If there's anybody that could do as much as they could do in a 2-year span, Deion exceeded all expectations, and no one can say otherwise.
Yeah. With that being said, let me play the clip of him. You may have seen it. He's talking to the Colorado team, and he's talking about he's bringing his luggage. Oh, if I can get it to go, what is up? Yeah, it's kind of has a mind of its own right now. We'll see, but I agree. This kind of goes to the point that I was making earlier when I said that no one's really losing here. Let's play it. Let's see if was it going to play now. Okay,
yeah. This is already taken care of because I'm bringing my luggage with me, and it's Louis. Okay, it ain't gonna be no more of the mess that these wonderful fans, the student body, and some of your parents have put up with for probably 2 decades now. I'm coming. And when I get here, it's gonna be changed. So I want y'all to get ready to go ahead and jump in that portal and do whatever you're gonna get. Because the more you jump in, the more room you make. Because we bring kids that are smart, say that, smart, tough.
He said he's bringing his kids, right? And he said there's going to be change. You might as well jump in that portal. Basically, if you're going, I'm bringing people with me, right? And I'm not sure what the number is right now, but I heard there's quite a few. So that's my point, that he is taking some of these kids, maybe the top ones or whatever, with him.
Deion needs to temper expectations right now. That program, I think, was 1-13 this year. And the players that he had on his squad may have been great for the HBCUs, but Division I football is an entirely different beast. So they're going to come there. Not only are they going to get a quick wake-up call the minute they get on that campus, but once they start playing those teams inside that conference, they're going to be like, holy crap. And the other side of this entire thing is, I hope they don't breed any sort of animosity with him bringing his boys in. I think that's a mistake. I'm going to bring my boys in. You're already creating division in the locker room. Just do your thing. It's going to take him, I bet, 2-3 years to get some traction in that program. And he's going to get traction because Deion Sanders is the head coach of that team. So they coming, but they're not coming right now. So
what if what he's saying, I hear your point, and it's a very valid point. What if he is saying what he would normally say to his team anywhere? Like, what if this is a part of his magic? You don't think so?
I think it's a mistake. He's never brought players from another team into a new team. I think that's a mistake. Don't create division, man. They got to be one squad. He's almost making it like, my Avengers are coming to save the day. And them cats going to come on campus. They're going to be like, oh, a lot of these cats are undersized. This is Division I football. I'm just saying, it's going to be a wake-up call for a few of them kids.
A lot of that happens, though, in Division I football or basketball.
What's that?
If a coach gets fired or if a coach leaves, certain players will leave and follow that coach.
Yeah.
So
many? Oh, no. He taking half that squad.
I hear you on the division comment, but I don't know. I don't know if I agree with that 100%.
I would love to be wrong. I would love for him to go there.
If he's already coming, he's talking to a squad that is what? What did you say the record is right now at Colorado?
I think they had a 1-30. We got to look that up. It's 1 and something.
Like 1-12 or something like that. Maybe he's like, listen, we got to step our game up here. Maybe I'm bringing, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to talk to these guys like, listen, I'm bringing some, y'all know what it is. I'm bringing some beasts over here. So either step up or get ready to transfer.
I only have concerns that there is an assumption that guys that go to HBCUs weren't good enough for Division I football. That doesn't always work out to be true because we've already we listed some of the names last night, with Walter Payton being one of them, one of the greatest players of all time, Chicago Bears. So, but I think a lot of these guys are like, these guys weren't even good enough to make our squad, and they're the saviors. I'm just saying we got to be careful, and he's going to succeed. I've already said on record, Deion's going to succeed. Going to take a little bit of time. But like the audio that I played inside my opening monologue, what if he goes 1-12, 1-13 next year? What if he goes 2-11 the year after that? Then what?
Good question.
Are they calling for his head? That's freaking Colorado, man. Are they going to give him time? I don't know. 1-800-920-1580 News and traffic now. We continue on the other side. Danny Mo Show. Stay there.
Nighttime is the right time for Danny Morrison on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Mike Island, and here's the latest from the Black Information Network. House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy is praising the end of the COVID-19 vaccine mandate for military members. In a statement, the California Republican said the repeal of the mandate is a victory for military members. He added that he's told President Biden to rehire military members who were forced out. A city in rural Arkansas is electing an 18-year-old mayor. Democrat Jalen Smith won his runoff race on Tuesday and will soon lead the city of Earl, which has a population of just over 1,800. The recent high school graduate also becomes the country's youngest elected black mayor. Wordle is Google's top trending search term of the year. Wordle is a popular online game that gives players 6 chances to guess a 5-letter word each day. And that's the latest. I'm Mike Island from your 24/7 news source, the Black Information Network and BINnews.com.
Has your household been hit with COVID-19? Learn about a research study from the comfort of home. We are looking at ways to help people with COVID-19 feel better faster. Learn more at active6study.org/radio. That's activ6study.org/radio.
Follow the leader.
KBLA Talk 1580.
Follow the leader.
Be sure to follow us on Instagram at KBLA 1580.
Follow the leader.
Are you ready?
The station leading the way with exclusive interviews,
Follow the leader.
stimulating conversation, and intellectual discourse that empowers, enlightens, and informs.
Follow the leader.
Follow the leader at KBLA 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
Keep following the leader.
Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader.
KBLA Talk 1580 wishes you a happy holiday and wants to bless you with one night only. A Wonder Winter's Night presented by Stevie Wonder's House Full of Toys benefit concert. Saturday, December 17th at Microsoft Theater. Download the KBLA Talk 1580.com mobile app to enter to win a pair of tickets. This has been a community call to action brought to you by KBLA Talk 1580.
DeonRambo.com, that's me. I am Rambo, teaching you about contracts at the Westin Hotel, December 17th. That's coming up, December 17th. It's all free, sponsored by Linda Street. Listen, this is important. When you go to DeonRambo.com, you'll see I have LA County coming, the mayor's office coming, the city coming, prime contractors coming, everyone, and they can only talk for 6 minutes each. I take contracting very serious. You should too. DeonRambo.com. See you December 17th. DeonRambo.com.
Nacho fries are back at Taco Bell. You know, the fries covered in bold Mexican spices you dip in a warm nacho cheese sauce. You could also dunk them in nacho cheese sauce or pour the sauce onto a pile of them and create like a nacho fries nachos. The thing is that you eat them with nacho cheese sauce. That's what makes them nacho fries. Otherwise, you're just eating fries and sipping on nacho cheese sauce, and that's the wrong way. Sorry, just really passionate about nacho fries.
Nacho fries are back, only at Taco Bell. At participating U.S. Taco Bell locations for a limited time only while supplies last. Contact local store for hours and participation which vary.
KBLA Talk 1580.
The thrill of victory. The thrill of victory. Thrill of victory. Yeah, man.
KBLA Talk 1580 wishes to congratulate Mayor-elect Karen Bass on her historic win as the first woman and only second African-American to serve as chief executive of the city of Los Angeles.
Congratulations, Mayor-elect Bass, and welcome back to Unapologetically Progressive KBLA Talk 1580.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much for having me on the show. And this is my very first interview, and I am proud that it's here.
We are proud to have you here. What do you want to say to the listeners of KBLA Talk 1580?
I want to say thank you from just, I'm just full of the love that I felt every place I went in the community. And I just want the listeners to know that I promise you I won't disappoint you. I will be accessible. I will never forget where I'm from, and understand that is my primary motivation.
Congratulations, Mayor-elect Karen Bass, holding all leaders accountable to you.
No matter who you voted for, no matter who you are or where you live, I will be a mayor for you.
We're KBLA Talk 1580. Talk 1580. Talk 1580. And we don't black down. We've got a lot to talk about. You're listening to the Danny Morrison Show exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
Young Rich. So we ain't really never had no old money. We got a whole lot of new money though.
Is this clean? This better be clean.
Hey! Raindrop, drop top, smoking, no cooking, the hot box. On your bitch, yeah, that. Cooking up in the crock pot. We came from nothing to something. Hey! I don't trust nobody, grip the trick. Nobody call up the gang and they come and get gang. Cry me a river, give you a tissue. Hey! It's bad and bullshit. Bad. Cooking up with a Uzi. My niggas is savage, ruthless. We got 30s and 100 rounds too. My bitch is bad and bullshit. Bad. cooking up with a Uzi. My niggas is savage, ruthless. We got 30s and 100 rounds too.
You were checking out the Danny Morrison Show, KBLA Talk 1580. I can't take much more. Sorry.
You don't like Migos?
I gotta be honest. When I first heard this song back in my hometown, it was sent to us, right? And so we played it, and I said, this is one of the worst songs I've ever heard. Not to mention, it's like a 5.5-minute song, which doesn't help. I had no idea that one song and that one group would change music.
Yeah. Yep.
It did. And that's why when Offset had his life taken, you know, people were saying, oh, huh? Takeoff, I'm sorry. When Takeoff had his life taken, people were like, you know, he didn't have no rhymes. I go, say what you want about Migos. They changed music. Almost every single one of these songs that comes out these days sounds like Migos.
Yeah.
They changed music. Now you can make you could have a debate on whether or not they changed it for the better. I understand that, but you ain't gonna sit there and tell me that they didn't impact music.
Yeah, and you know, I think when I first started to hear of their songs and everything, I just didn't get it. I wasn't initially on board because I didn't get it, right? But like all hip hop songs, it tends to be like catchy first, right? You catch it, and then you know that Bad and Bougie, like you can't deny it's just a catchy song, right? And so many other songs that they've put out are also very, very catchy. And so for me, I was like, okay, that part first, and then the lyrics started growing on me a little bit more, and I was appreciating them a little bit more. It's really sad that they've broken up. We don't know if now Quavo and Offset will, you know, kind of mend.
They will.
Yeah, I'm hoping so.
That
I'm hoping
bag
so.
is too big. They're going to.
But it's sort of, you know, like think like TLC when Left Eye passed away.
Great analogy.
Yeah, how do you, as a group, move on now that one member is no longer there, and a very, very a significant part of they're all very significant to the group, but. You know, according to Offset and Quavo, Takeoff was the one. He was the one who set this in motion. He was the one who came up with the sound. How do they continue that with no Takeoff?
God, you're giving me a show that I would do, a musical show that I might do. Has a group ever survived after a death in it? Or after an artist has you know, I'm going to go New Edition on y'all all day long. You know what I'm saying? Has a group ever survived and even thrived after one of its main members left?
Right.
Is New Edition the only one?
But they had to sort of reconvene and get back together, and thankfully they have, you know. But I'm not sure. I don't know. I mean, that we'd have to really like look into it and see, because I'm sure there's got to be a case or two of, you know, several groups who've kind of continued to move on without a member. But you're talking about a main member, like a significant, not just like the drummer in the group. You're talking about someone who is very significant to the sound of the group.
Because I'm sitting there thinking, Tony Thompson, High Five. They were never the same.
Drew Hill,
ooh, never the same. The lead singer of H-Town, I can't remember that cat that died in a car accident.
Yeah.
They were never. It seems like as soon as there's a death in the group or somebody just leaves the group, they're never the same. And you're right, TLC. Ooh. That is very good. That might be one.
That's a great call.
They had tremendous success after Michael left their group.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I mean, how could you argue? I mean, they were one of the biggest groups of all time. So that's a great one right
Andy,
there.
I gotta give it to you. That's a good one, man. Let's get to these upon further review clips that extend the conversations on subjects we've had on the Danny Mo Show in the past. And shout out to, what is his name? He's gonna kill me. I gotta think of it. He sent me this clip, and it is The Breakfast Club. And The Breakfast Club were asking the question, we should probably do this show, because we got to do another relationship show. Why do men over 40 still cheat? And this is what Charlamagne and Envy were talking about yesterday. Listen.
Why cheat?
And by the way, this is specifically for people over the age of 40. And we're not judging. You know, we're all reformed. You've read my book, Black Privilege. You've read my book, Shook One. You've read Envy's book, Real Life, Real Love. So you know that we have been on Front Street with our infidelity, with our cheating, with our adultery. And we're just telling you at this point that we know it's not worth it.
And not only because it's not right and you're destroying your queen, or ladies, you're destroying your husband, but also, I mean, with everything out there, you see more people getting caught. Why? There's more cameras, there's social media, there's pictures, there's Instagram and Twitter and Facebook this and that and this and that.
Well, let's speak from some experience.
This goes back to what you were talking about with the iPhone Air. What do you call it?
The AirTags.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it almost impossible? It's impossible to cheat now, isn't it? How could you? Especially if your spouse is already suspecting that something's up.
Yeah.
How the heck are you gonna get away with it in 2022?
Yeah, I don't know, because nowadays they're absolutely right. There are, cameras. There's all kind of devices and things like that. What it takes. I also think it's a different generation, because like if you're of the generation where it's like, listen, you are still very of the social media era, right? You're
social media savvy.
Yeah, if you're just in that and you want to be in the know and all of that stuff, that's a whole beast. But if you are in a relationship, probably over the 40s, you are not necessarily inclined to do social media the same way, or do the whole like relationship cheating type of thing the same way. Not to say it doesn't happen, of course it does, but I'm just saying you're like less inclined to do it. So I think that depending upon who you're dealing with, who you're talking to, it's different.
Very well said. I knew you was gonna kill this clip. All right, boot that back up. Let's go.
That and this and that.
Well, let's speak from some experience. Why did you do it, Envy?
The reason why I would say 90% of the men do it.
Ego.
That's not true.
Being a young boy, being insecure, being
Pause
stupid.
that for me. 90% of men do not cheat. That is untrue. I think that number is about 50%. I think it is a majority. It's not 90%.
You don't think it's 90?
You think it's 90?
No, I don't know. I'm not a man, but I'm just saying it's surprising you as a man say that. And then given all the stuff you've ever said about people that you've known in the past, or, whatever, it just seems like that number would be high. And I think most people even just assume, whether we know or not, right? I've not dated enough men to know if men cheat like that.
Right.
I have been cheated on for sure, but I'm just saying and also I know other couples where the woman has been cheated on, and vice versa. But it just seems like that number is pretty high. So it seems very
90s.
Interesting that you don't agree with that number.
90's too high. Now, you could probably sell me on 70. You probably could. And then we'd also have to categorize on what is cheap.
Wait, really quickly, was he saying that 90% of the reason is because of ego, or was he saying 90% of men cheat?
I don't know. Let's find out. Blaze that back up, Andy.
Let's speak from some experience. Why did you do it, Envy?
The reason why I would say 90% of the men do it.
Okay.
Ego.
Okay.
Being a young boy, being insecure, being stupid, and almost lost everything. Almost lost the best thing in my life.
Absolutely.
What about you, sir?
Same. When I was out here doing dirt, it was because of ego. Nothing more, nothing less. I lacked a lot of self-worth. And when you lack a lot of self-worth, you look for things to make you feel better. And sometimes being with a lot of women makes you feel like the man. It gives you a false sense of confidence. But like I told you earlier, man, it's like having that cup over there and there's no bottom in that cup. And you keep trying to fill it up, but you'll never get it filled because there's no bottom in it. So when I started going to therapy in like 2016 and I started going on my healing journey, that was just part of it. You know what I mean? Realizing my worth.
Right.
And realizing that I didn't need to feed my ego, I needed to feed my soul. And feeding my soul meant doing right by my wife.
Yeah, and not only that, too.
Pause there. Let's continue this on the other side. 1-800-920-1580. 1-800-920-1580. The Breakfast Club was asking, why do men over 40 still cheat? Danny Mo Show, stay there.
From Bakersfield to Los Angeles. From middays to nighttime. Like George and Wheezy, Danny Morrison is moving on up at KBLA Talk 1580.
Black music and entertainment OGs still making moves. Maisha Cairo here with your K-Black Minute News. First stop, Bobby Brown announces upcoming world tour with New Edition in 2023. Ricky Bell, Michael Bivins, Ronnie DeVoe, Ralph Tresvant, and Bobby Brown. According to Brown, the group's bond is too strong to permanently break. In other news, Gladys Knight is awarded with Kennedy Center honors from President Joe Biden. The 7-time Grammy Award winner Gladys Knight, 78 years old, received the Kennedy honors for her contribution to the arts. And if you didn't know, the Empress of Soul will soon be releasing a scripted miniseries about her life that she is executive producing. And last stop, Mike Tyson and Ice Cube sit down for a chat, and Ice Cube reveals that he's doing what he can to regain control of the Friday franchise to, quote, make the fans happy. That's your K-Black Minute News.
Central Neighborhood Health Foundation is a full-service network of federally qualified health care centers that serves local communities throughout Los Angeles, Riverside, and San Bernardino counties. CNHF clinics provide low-cost to no-cost, compassionate, comprehensive, quality health care, which includes primary care services for chronic disease and diabetes management, pediatric and women's services, preventive care, vision and dental screenings, COVID-19 testing and vaccines, flu vaccines, behavioral health, HIV, and substance use services. Virtual telehealth visits are available from the comfort of your home with highly qualified physicians and medical professionals. CNHF also provides peer support specialist training and help with housing navigation. Central Neighborhood Health Foundation. Your wellness is our priority. Comprehensive care built on trust and respect. For more information, visit cnhfclinics.org or call 213-536-5815 today to locate a clinic near you.
When you're the victim of a car accident, who goes to bat for you is crucial. We're MVP accident attorneys, the personal injury pros. Hiring the right law firm can be the difference between a rewarding settlement and striking out. Our team is in it to win it, and we'll fight to get the maximum compensation you deserve. Call the pros at MVP Accident Attorneys at 833-MVP-WINS for your free consultation. Call 833-MVP-WINS.
Call on me, your MVP.
When you're young, life is full of choices. Don't let opioids like highly addictive and deadly fentanyl take away your life with just one wrong pill. Addiction is a disease that can affect anyone at any age. But there is a choice to get help for this disease. Find medically proven treatment options, including virtual, at choosemat.org.
KBLA Talk 1580 invites you to join us in celebrating the season of giving by being part of the solution. As we enjoy great food, family, warmth, and well wishes in whatever our festive tradition may be, we share the beauty of the season by reaching out to the less fortunate. Please help us to help others with the KBLA Cover the Houseless Cozy Community Coat and Blanket Drive. All you have to do is drop off new or clean, gently used winter coats and blankets in the KBLA lobby during business hours. Now through December 20th, all of the coats and blankets will be donated to unsheltered individuals and families experiencing houselessness. Simply bring your donation to 4434 Crenshaw Boulevard in Los Angeles, near Vernon Avenue, from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. weekdays. That's 4434 Crenshaw in historic Leimert Park. During the holidays and every day, let's remember, we keep us safe. We keep us warm. We are the safety net. And together, we can cover the unsheltered. Get caught up in the spirit of the season, the spirit of love. Make a difference with your friends at KBLA Talk 1580.
Real talk, real time, the gospel truth. You're listening to the Danny Morrison Show on KBLA Talk 1580.
Got some comments coming through on YouTube. What is it saying?
Yeah, so shout out to you guys on YouTube. Y'all are lit right now. So pertaining to this particular conversation, Mimi says, two reformed cheaters giving advice. Okay. And then CF says, men treat women different, cheat for many different reasons. A lot of people grow apart as they get older, and then some women don't keep themselves up, looking good and fit, or keep the bedroom really rocking.
Facts. See, ladies don't want to hear that. You know, they want to hear, you supposed to love me for me. through the thick and the thin and sickness and in health. I go, that's just not how men operate, sweetie.
This is interesting, too. CF also talked about counseling, and that is really, really needed. But during the marriage, either one will go to couples counseling, but the other won't. I mean, it's just, good points all around.
What is the purpose of couples counseling?
I think to ultimately to get both couples to see each other's sides, like to have a mediator there to explain things, because oftentimes when you get to a point where you're saying something and you only want your point to be heard, it's difficult because that's where you're speaking from. That's how you're talking to the other person, and then vice versa. So then once you go to couples therapy, and don't get me wrong, I'm sure it's for a lot of other reasons, but when you go, someone else is able to sit there and sort of interpret, and get each of you to look at each other and say, and kind of like map out where the other person is going, if that makes any sense.
I think it makes perfect sense. I think the person that shares the same gender as the spouse is always going to be seen as the person that's getting preferential treatment. Like if you go to a female counselor, the man's going to be like, of course she's agreeing with you. Of course she's a woman. Y'all going to be siding with me.
I think, when we say things like this, that's something that I don't understand. And the reason I don't understand it is my husband is, he's not the most perfect person in the world by any stretch of the imagination. But what he does do is one of the things that I saw early on. He is able to calm all emotions and speak from a place of logic, speak from a place of understanding. And so that's why we've never, I can't recall a time where we've gone like screaming matches. We've never done that because either one of us will be like, okay, hold on a second.
Yeah.
Let's calm down. So the understanding, and this is the problem in relationships, because people have a tendency to not really understand who they're getting with from the very beginning.
That's right.
You have to find your match. When they say your match, you really got to find who that is. Match is not lust. Match is not, emotion and it's not that.
And
your
money.
Match, it's not money, right? It's chemistry. It's compatibility. It's who matches my temperament, who can balance my temperament. Do you match the person who I deem could lead me? Do you match that person? I mean, it's so much more. So we shouldn't even have to get to a point where you're like, see, I told you because that's not who I married. That's not, right. I mean, we should know that about the person before you even marry them or have a baby with them or whatever.
So Robbie knew how to calm the seas even before they...
Absolutely. Even though there's not much calming that needs to be had because I'm a calm communicator.
Oh, that is so... I'm telling you, every man wants that.
Yeah. Yeah, anything else is so toxic and I don't understand it.
Back to the clip. It wasn't done, right? Blaze that back up. Breakfast Club talking about why men over 40 still cheat. Listen.
Realizing my worth.
Right.
And realizing that I didn't need to feed my ego. I needed to feed my soul. And feeding my soul meant doing right by my wife.
Yeah, and not only that, too, and this is going to be a poor excuse and a horrible excuse, but it's true. But also at the time of us growing up, it was the culture, right? That's what you seen.
True.
That's what you seen in videos.
Oh,
that's what you seen in movies. That's what your
being a player
rapper did, and how to be a player,
that's
and
right.
this, that, and the other. And those were the things that were pushed upon us.
That's right.
That you believed that you had to idolize.
That
but
has
when you
nothing
change
to do with it.
and you realize no, that's not what's needed, then you start to change. And that's why I wrote the book. I'm sure that's why Charlamagne wrote the book to put out.
I didn't
there.
write the book because I was cheating.
No,
that was a
but
part of it. That was a small part of the book.
Your life in
it was a chapter.
Exactly.
I mean, I have no problem showcasing all my flaws, and I will tell you something. I had a conversation with another brother in this industry who has a lot more time in this business than us and a lot more money. And I remember he said to me, every superhero eventually is going to try out their superpowers because, there were times in our lives where you had never been that version of DJ Envy. I had never been that version of Charlamagne the God. So there was a lot of things coming at us that, we had never experienced that were new to us, and we probably just couldn't resist the temptation.
Woo! That's a nugget right there.
That's all it is right there.
That's actually, I've never heard it put that way.
That's all it is.
That's
you
so
coming
good.
up, you getting big in the radio game. Ladies are coming after you like, man, am I the man? Let me see if I'm the man. Yeah.
Testing your superpower. Wow.
It's real talk.
That's good.
Oh, here he comes.
Slight testimony. So, before college or whatnot, I was that individual in middle school and in high school. I used to tell all my friends, I'm not going to smoke, I'm not going to drink, I'm not going to have sex before marriage.
Crazy.
And I got clowned like a mug. I'll tell you this. Freshman year of college came.
Yeah.
That thing was served on a silver platter.
Real talk.
I couldn't resist.
Yeah.
I dipped in it.
I'll take things I didn't need to know for $500, Alex. I have a testimony, too, since we're talking. I told you when I got into the radio game, wasn't no social media. America Online, AOL was still a thing. You know what I'm saying? I was doing a slow jam show late at night, 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. You tell me. You test your superpowers. And I'm telling you, it was crazy. It was crazy. I got some stories, but I ain't going to get into it right now. But it was, and you go, man, and you start thinking that you're the man. Because everybody's gassing you up, telling you how great you are. And you start believing it. So.
I can't lie. I've never wanted to experience the hype. I never wanted to drink nobody's Kool-Aid. And so I've always tried to, and God actually checked me. God checked me about false humility before. And it's crazy. That's a whole crazy story. But it's because I never wanted to start drinking my own juice, because I never wanted to experience that feeling of like, oh, they feeling me. Like I'm doing this. I never wanted to get there. I'm so nervous and scared because pride does come before the fall.
Absolutely.
And I've always known that. And that's always been in the back of my head. I'm like, don't start, smelling yourself, And so that false humility, I've operated under that, but it is false humility. And now I know the difference between, you can be humble, but you still got to know your gift, and you still got to walk in it. You still got to own it. If God gave it to you or blessed you with it, you got to walk in that too.
It's the word of the night. I'm surprised you didn't feel that as a young person, though. Because when I was really young, I got into the radio game pretty young, and you can't believe it. It's like,
well, I didn't. I did not. I wasn't in the industry until, somewhere around 9-10 years ago. Okay. And so other than that, I guess maybe you can consider me around the industry because of who I was working with. But I was never the one to get props.
Okay.
Because I just wasn't in that position.
Well, I'm here to tell y'all, if you're with a man or a woman that has no God in their life, they're going to do some dirt on you at some point. I've been saying that for a long time. And people go, you don't need God to have morals? I go, yeah, you do.
But let's be clear. Even if you do have God in your life, people still be tripping. So you just might get checked a little faster. That might be the difference.
Real talk. Great show, y'all.
Yep.
Good luck. God bless. Gone. Tomorrow is Thursday night. We'll probably do a relationship topic tomorrow. Come on with something. In the meantime and in between time, keep it on KBLA Talk 1580. We got a lot to talk about. Be good.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
Good morning. I'm Ray Harris, and here's the latest from the Black Information Network.
The best thing I've ever done in my whole entire life.
Georgia Republican Herschel Walker's urging his supporters to keep believing in the Constitution. Speaking after he lost to incumbent Democrat Senator Raphael Warnock in Georgia's runoff election. The Black Information Network's news team followed and reported on the election all night as the votes were counted in the